Hi, you all. Welcome back to another episode of the Prospering Property Podcast. Today, I just want to speak on how it's okay to take a break. Just do not quit. So, this week, it's been a bit of a struggle for me to do what it is that I said I was going to do. And it's not because I didn't have the desire, it's because, I literally just did not have the strength. I physically felt unwell, my head was hurting, and I couldn't get it together no matter how many times I tried. I was even attempting to edit videos and record and do my script writing and everything, but I just did not have the energy to do it. And a part of me was like, I gotta push through, I gotta push through, I gotta push through, because I'm just so used to always doing the work. But God said, it's okay to take a break. In fact, I want you to take a break. I want you to rest. I want you to sit back and, go to bed on time. I want you to go sit and watch a movie and take your mind off of what all it is that you feel you need to do. Because if you do not take time to rest or, take a break, then it's as if you're saying to God, I still don't trust you. I know you got me, but in order for you to have me, I must do this, that, and the third. And God is saying, no, we're in a relationship. I take care of you. I like to spend time with you. But I do want you to take time to rest as well. When God created the world, on that seventh day, he rested. He made Adam on day 6. So for Adam, his first full day, really, where he went to sleep and woke up, it was rest. God told him to rest. So I don't want us to, especially for the entrepreneurs, the people who God has called out of work and called into kingdom business, I don't want us to take grind culture into that, because that's not what God wants for you. Yes, God wants you to do the work, but he also wants you to take regular scheduled breaks and rest. A lot of times you hear entrepreneurs say, be prepared to work 24/7. Be prepared to work more than you did at that 9 to 5, which I do think and believe is correct. However, I think it shouldn't be 24/7. I think we should take that phrase out, because God does not want us working 24/7. If we're working 24/7, where do we let God in? Where's the time allotted for God to do what he does? So I took a break and I took a rest, and although I didn't want to take a break or a rest, because I'm like, God, time, we down on a crunch here, every single month, ever since August, it's been, okay, God, we on a crunch. So what's next? Because it's still me operating in the mindset of, I have to work for God's grace. I have to work for God's provision. And that's not true. God provides because of his grace, his love, and his mercy, not because of anything that we do. Now, he will give us more based on our relationship with him and how we handle things, but he's not being good to us because of what we are doing or who we are. He's being good to us because of who he is. So that has just been something that God has been working on me in real time. And I know, and I knew before quitting my job, that it was an area that I needed help and work on, because I shared this in the past before. I have a control issue because I was brought up where I was made to feel as if I wanted something, or the only way I could get something, as if I worked for it. And so that is definitely some childhood trauma that God is healing and revealing to me, and a lot of relearning that I am having to do, but it's hard. I'm still in my beginning stages. I say this all the time. I've been following God for 10 years now, on and off, but for these last 6 months with me being outside of my job, I have really been doing the work to get before God, to seek His face, and to move according to His will for my life. When I was still working last year, I was tired. I was exhausted. And I told God, what is it that I need to do for you to change my life? Like, I'm tired of living this life the way that I have been living it. I feel as if I'm in a rat race. I feel as if it's just a repeat of the day before. Like, I felt like I was in a cycle, and I was depressed. And I said, God, just tell me what I got to do, and I'll do it. You can have all of me. Just get me out of this place. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to spend any more years right here. I want to live life fully and freely. And I'm still not where I imagined or hoped I would be, but I'm where God needs me to be, because what He is doing in me and through me in this season is preparing me for where He wants to take me. And where He wants to take me aligns as well with what I want. God doesn't give us desires that are not from Him. When you are really seeking God, when you are really getting before His feet, and He starts downloading on you because He can trust you to handle what it is that He's going to give you, when He starts giving you visions and dreams and goals to reach out for, those are not coming from you. Those are coming from Him. He is putting that in your heart. I don't want to say anything that's not biblically correct or can't be found in the Bible. So God wants to give you good gifts. He wants to see you happy. He wants to see you smile. And not because of what He's giving you, but because of what He's done in you. A lot of times when I'm going through a hard season, I'm reminded of Paul's words of, I am content. Like, no matter what situation I'm in, I'm content. Because I have God with me. Because God is right here with me. As long as God is in it, I'm content. Because I know everything is going to be taken care of. Everything that is happening because it should be happening. It's happening for a purpose. It's happening for my greater good. I shared the other day on a post that I made that the universe is expanding at a rate faster than what was previously calculated. And to get an idea of just how fast the universe is expanding, it is currently expanding faster than the speed of light. Now, if you've ever been through a thunderstorm, when you see the lightning, it takes a good few seconds before you hear the rumble of the thunder. So the thunder that you hear was a result of the lightning bolt that you saw. But when you see the lightning, you do not hear it. That's how fast the speed of light is. So if our universe is expanding faster than that, that is extremely fast. So I researched, okay, so what would happen if it just suddenly stopped expanding? Because when you're a human and when you live on Earth and you live in the society that we live in, there's a sense of limitation. There's a sense of, there's only but so much. Everyone can't be rich because it will cause this, that, and the third effect to happen. We are brought up in a world where there are limitations. So with the universe, when you think about how long the universe has been expanding, it's easy for the human brain to say, well, it has to have a cap. It has to have a limit. So what if it hits its limit? So what would happen if it did hit its limit is that of course, no one knows for sure, but the theories are it would collapse onto itself and become a black hole. And if you haven't studied about black holes, then with black holes, there is no sense of time or gravity in a black hole. So things just get stretched apart. And they say actually, it's, again, no one knows for sure, but the theories are that it would get stretched out kind of like a spaghetti noodle. Everything would just get pulled and pulled and pulled until where it would eventually resemble a spaghetti noodle. So if that happened to our universe, if we became a black hole, that means everything in the black hole would get stretched and essentially turn into spaghetti noodles. So if you put two and two together, that would be the end of life. What I find and found fascinating about it all is that God created the universe. God created everything. And we all know that God is limitless. There is no end or beginning with God. So I don't believe that there is an ending with the universe. I don't think there is a cap to the universe. I think God is going to do whatever God chooses to do. So I say all of this to say, stop putting a limit on God. Stop thinking that you have to do it all. Stop thinking that you have to work around the clock to reach whatever goal, destination it is that you want to get to. Enjoy every step of the way. Even the dark days. Even the days where you don't know what comes next. Because God is piecing it all together to bring you to a place where you can look back and have this incredible story of how you became or got to where you are. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. And the more and more that I am in this space with God, the more and more I can understand that. Because some of the things that happen and how they happen, there's no way but God. Like, how many coincidences do you have to see and experience before you say, you know what, this is a higher power? How many times? So when you're in the season that's difficult, that's hard, that you just don't know how you're going to get out of it, that is when God is able to show up, show out, and show himself fully. But a lot of times we dismiss some of the miracles that happen in our lives because we say, oh, that was a coincidence. Oh, that was just luck. And it's not. It's not. So I'm extremely, extremely grateful for the changes that God is doing in me. Currently, as I speak, I probably have 45 cents in the bank account. My cell phone bill is due today. My past due electricity bill is due today. And whereas months ago, this would have had my heart thumping and bumping and stressed, I can honestly say I feel peace. I feel calm. I feel the urge and the need to just continue doing what it is that he has told me to do and keep trusting in him, because he has shown me time and time and time again that he's going to show up in perfect timing. And if my cell phone gets cut off, if the electricity gets cut off, I still know not to worry, not to stress, because he'll bring it back on in perfect timing. I think when you have experienced so much of the lack and the what ifs, like you then got on the other side of that big scary what if, you see, okay, it was actually nothing for me to be afraid of. You know, my electricity has been cut off already. And I saw, okay, it was nothing for me to be afraid of. It got cut back on. I didn't go without anything. I didn't been on the other side of my rent is past due. Nothing happened. It got paid. I'm still here. I still was fed. I still ate. I've been on the other side of my bank account is overdrawn by hundreds of dollars. Guess what? The bank account is still open. I still ate. I'm still here. So I believe that God sometimes allows us to see the other side of that big what if that is just so terrifying to us, so that we can see, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. So whatever is trying to cause you fear, whatever is trying to call you to turn back around and go back the way you started, whatever is trying to tell you, hey, it's not looking good, ignore it. Keep pressing forward. Keep trusting God. Keep believing in what He can and will do for you, because He is going to do it. And it's not because of any great, amazing works that you do. Not saying that you're not great, not saying that you're amazing, not saying that your work is not amazing, but you don't have to work for God's love. He just loves us because He loves us. Sometimes God is going to take you on that other side of that fear. Not because He doesn't love you, but because He does love you, and He wants you to see, hey, there's nothing for you to be afraid of. I'm right here with you. I'm in it with you. I got you. Sometimes He take you on the other side of that what if to say, see, look, see. Now, do you trust me now? Do you believe me now? So I just want y'all to keep pressing, keep going. Do not put any limits on God. And if you need to take a break, if you need to rest, if you need to go lay down in that bed and take a nap, if you need to just sit down and turn on your favorite TV show, do that. God is still right there with you. God is still going to bring you into all that it is that He has for you. You just got to get back up once you're done resting and get back to it. I hope this helps you all. I'm just thankful I get the opportunity to do this. And again, this is still very, very new for me. And there are still times where I'm like, oh God, I can't get up there. I can't say that. I can't do this, because I'm still overcoming my fear of being seen. But each and every time that I do it, I done got on the other side of that fear, I see, you know what? It wasn't that bad. You know what? It wasn't that scary. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. Thank you for listening. I hope you have the most amazing day. And in the meantime, let's continue to prosper properly as His property. Take care. Prospering property.